What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little different, playing a game that I personally love playing. I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks because lots of stuff's been happening in the past 2 weeks, and it's more or less personal stuff, so I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, today we're going to be going over why you do not do enough damage in Genshin Impact, because I've been seeing a lot of players hitting like 100 damage when their characters are level 60. They're hitting 600 damage when their characters are level 60. And they're wondering, why am I doing such little damage? Well, today, I'm here to explain. And as always, you see that little red button right there? If you're not subscribed, that's gonna be red still. If you are subscribed, it's gonna be gray. That's amazing. Keep it that way, okay? YouTube has this little glitch going around where it randomly unsubscribes you from a certain channel. Let's try and make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay? So, as I was saying about damage, most people want to hit high damage, like what I'm hitting right now. 1,000, 1,500. I mostly hit 1,000. It's not even with my element skills. My element skills do a lot more. I do like 2,000 with my element skills. How to hit thousands of damage like I can. Obviously, my builds aren't perfect. I just now hit level 60 and my weapon just now ascended to level 7. Just now ascended to like level 6 or something. So my weapons aren't perfect. I actually just hit adventure rank 35, but I still do more damage than most of the average players in my criteria. There's a lot of things that go into hitting high damage. Here, I'm gonna open up my character. A lot of things that go into hitting high damage. First off, your weapon. Even if you have, let's say, an amazing weapon like the bell, mostly for supports, but let's say you have the bell, right? It's an amazing weapon, but it's not leveled up. That's bad. If you want a character that has really high damage, specifically one character, there is no point in focusing all your damage into your entire team equally. Like, for instance, my Xialing is mostly for, well, element master. She is my fire procer. Amber here is also here for fire damage, but she's mostly here for element resonance, which I'll go into more detail later. Barbara, she's a healer, so her health is really high since her healing scales on her health. But if you look at Razor, okay, so you see these guys' damage: 656, 864, 448. Not that much, right? 1,379. Very high damage, as you can see. 1,400 health. So, as I was just saying, ascending your weapon really does come in a good part. So what I'd suggest is keeping up on your, keeping up and making sure that you have all the ore and all of the ascension materials that you need to level up your characters and all that, including more. I ran into that problem about halfway through me leveling up. So, it's very important to make sure that you have enough stuff to ascend. If you want a character like this, very important. I used to run physical damage with him, but then started going in more detail, and I saw attack percentage with this certain build. It was amazing. There's another thing that factors in: artifacts. I see some of these lower players going in and they're like, why am I not doing enough damage? And their artifacts are like level 0, level 2, level 3, level 4. Like, they have very low artifacts. And then they're wondering why they don't do enough damage. Or they don't look into the 2-piece set, 4-piece set of what the artifacts do. They don't look into that. See, now if you look at my build, I have a 4-piece set on Gladiator. Just because that's an extra 35 plus 18, that's like at least 50 to 40% extra damage. Just with these artifacts, not counting the extra damage I get with the artifacts. That's amazing. Or let's say you're going for a crit build, you would use something like Berserkers, like the full Berserker set. Or maybe let's say you're going for even higher damage with certain elements, you would go for the Viridescent set. It's all up to what you're building your character in. But remember, artifacts need to be maxed out. If you're going for something like a goblet, I'd suggest getting like attack, but this is out of the Gladiator and everything else I have equipped into all my characters. This is the only one that would fit Razor, so I have a defense one fit in, just so it's like kind of buffs him and makes him stronger, so he's not instantly getting one-shotted by everyone. So there's that. Crit rate's very important. Crit rate is amazing, so if you get a helmet with crit rate on it, that's good. If you were to get like a cup with animal damage like you see with Sucrose, it's built around her element procs. So if you can get the element procs, that's even better. Or electro damage and physical damage. Physical damage, if you're using someone like Razor, who already has built-in physical damage, I believe. Because I don't have any physical damage mods on him. Yeah, he has built-in physical damage. I used to have my character built in all physical damage. It was working really good for a while, then I started getting harder enemies, so I had to scale just focused only into damage. So let's say you want physical damage, that's all up to you. If that's what you're building your characters into, that's all up to you. And there's another thing that I actually went through as well, as many of these lower level players did. I was wondering, why is my combos not doing a lot of damage? Why are my abilities not doing a lot of damage? And then I looked at my inventory and I looked at this stuff. I was like, I have a ton of these things that I'm just stockpiling. It says the word teaching on it, it says the word guide on it. I wonder what I used it for. I read the word talent level up. So I went to my character, looked at my talents, and boom, it was there. I could level on my talents. Actually, I should probably work on my talents a little more. I didn't realize that I hadn't had those leveled up as much as I thought. So I had constellations and talents confused. Also, if you can get constellations, that's good because most characters have them built in damage, like him. It's all built in damage. But, that's basically all I can say. Your artifacts are what matter. Leveling up your character, that matters a lot. Leveling up your weapons, that matters a lot. Leveling up your artifacts, that matters a lot. And also having a team built around. I said I would talk about element resonance. Can I not? I just want to check my element resonance. Okay, now back to what I was saying. Element resonance. It is when you have two of the same elements on your team, or all the elements on your team. Before, I had 2 shocks so I could proc my ultimate faster with Razor. Now, I really don't need that because I realize if I can just keep on hitting elements, I'm just gonna get my ultimate no matter what. So I switched to Fervent Flames. Affected by cryo 40% less, increases attack damage by 25% altogether. If you're going for a team that focuses on healing one character, you choose Soothing Waters. If you're going for, let's say, an exploration team, you choose 2 Animos. Or, let's say, a proc team, like this one. If you're going for a team like this, where you have high procs and high healing, then yeah, 2 Animos would be good, so the skill cooldown would kind of slow down. And then, there's also Shattering Ice. If you're going for, like, more damage, having, like, someone like Razor, who's a high damage, he deserves to be a 5-star, I'd say. But he's a 4-star. He deserves to be a 5-star. He's a really good character for Shock, but you don't need to build him into Shock. If you can get Shock in, that's good. You can keep it that way. You can also build Element Mastery in if you're having a team like me, where you have Jai Ling for proccing fire. So when you hit that Thunder and Claw, and it hits the ground, you're going to be the one proccing the Element Mastery. Not Amber, not Jai Ling, not Barbara, no, Razor. So his Element Mastery is what's going to affect the damage. If you can keep that either high, or you could just focus all your damage into it, then that's amazing. But as I said before, you don't need to. That's basically all I can say. Besides, if you're going for an AoE, use Animo. If you're... There's some higher damage characters that are actually really good. If I can figure out which ones they were again. Character Archive. There are a couple of high damage characters that I would really suggest, if you have them, to build your damage into them. There's Kaching, Jean, Diluc, Razor, and go. Okay, so there's Kaching, Jean, Diluc, Razor, and I think there was one more, but Ganyu and Zhao. Those groups are like super high damage. If you can focus your stuff into them, it's amazing because you can build your damage up and up and up. It's not just you having a legendary weapon that's going to get you your higher damage. It's not just, let's say, a legendary artifact that's going to get you high damage. If you have the artifacts, it's not even just legendary ones. If you have the artifacts with certain percentages on them, like goblets or something, if you have anything like that, put it on your high damage character that you want to have high damage. Or, I think I said this before, but max out the flower first. If you max out the flower first, that's what focuses all your damage. Look at this, 223. I did so much damage. If I were to remove this, and then I go fight something, right? You're gonna see how much my damage drops. My damage is gonna drop by a ton. And I also lost some health. And I think I lost some defense and crit rate. So I'm losing a ton if I were to walk into this battle. I did like thousands of damage. If I were to walk in without that flower, I'm only hitting 1,500. That 2,000 was actually the 300% boost that I have with the prototype archaic. That is a greatsword. Also, try to read into the stats that it says when you get like, let's say a freaking prototype. Try to read into the stats. If you're focusing a character into all damage, I'd say get like something that looks black, because I don't know why, but the black ones always do more damage. That sounded super racist. I'm keeping that in the video. Okay. Or like, let's say this one, it's really good for element procs. Just because, I think it was this one or something else. I forgot what it was. But, yeah. Just to go over what I said. Artifacts, if you can level those up, perfect. You need to level those up. Flowers, top priority of all those artifacts. Crit rate, another top priority of those artifacts. Weapons, need to be focused only one. And you need to make sure that's the one you're going to be using for a while until you start grinding for another one. Because I made the mistake of focusing all my stuff into the Skyrider Greatsword, and then I had to spend like a week grinding again so I can level up the Archaic. So I made that mistake. Leveling up your characters. That's a really, really big thing. I'm working right now to ascend my Razor to level 70 so I can boost his damage even more. Because if you look, I get 15% more physical damage. And I get a new talent. It's more or less your consistency to focus into one character. Once you've got that character maxed out the way you want him or her, the way you want the character, the second you got that character the place that you want it for your level or skill, then you can start like spreading out, like let's say this Amber, I don't have that much on her just because she's mostly there for element resonance, but my Jailing, if you look at her, she's really decked out. You see low level artifacts on her, but you see artifacts with stuff that helps her a lot. It's more or less your consistency to focus into certain characters. That's all I can say. That concludes this video. That's it. That's all I can say for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it gave you information that would help you proc more damage. Because if I check back and I still see players hitting like 100 damage at level 60, I'm gonna kill someone. So, I hope that helped you guys. And I'll see you later. Bye.